Okay, now we're here. We're talking women's self worth with me, Chrissy, and I have a special guest for you guys. And I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hello, you guys. My name is Rashonda Harris, aka Babuli, aka the Guidance Fairy, aka just Shonda. Um, you want me to tell them like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm 26 years old. I'm born and raised from Jackson, Mississippi. I say I've been on like my self-love, self-discovery journey since like 2019. I'm a very free spirit, holistic person.
Yes, you are, and I love that about you.
And yeah, I'm just all about love, peace, and happiness. You know, knowing who you are, regardless who is there, who's not. So you could say that I'm a future psychotherapist. So yeah.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about the business you're trying to open up.
Okay. So the project, my baby, that I'm working on is a program for anybody, any age, to help them get holistic healing. We use Western and ancient Eastern knowledge and techniques to help these people heal, whether that's through food, body movement, music, tap, visualization, color therapy, things like that. We just using all those things to help an individual get back into their normal neuro just neural movement. Sometimes we're in that fight or flight mode, survival mode, and just trying to calm those neurons so that we can be coming from a space of whole, coming from a space of faith, whole, totality, instead of coming from a place of fear,
That's
doubt.
right. Okay. So let me just ask you this about when you're stressed out and you just need some kind of relief for your body. Is that part of your business that you're going through? Like if I'm just stressed out at work and I just need a stress relief.
Yeah.
How would you go about giving me that stress relief, that mind release from work?
Well, first we got to get to understand one another. I wouldn't know what works for you if I don't know you.
Okay.
Because everything works for different people.
Mm-hmm.
So just because body movement worked for me to help me release stress doesn't mean body movement be the best thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
So my first initiation would just be to have a conversation. What do you like? And it seems like, we love food.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll probably be, food and just laughter, good music would probably be one of those two things that I use with you to just kind of help you open up and just release.
I love music.
See? And so those are some things that I use. I'll definitely probably use massage therapy as well, because I do know that or scratch assistance. Excuse me, guys. For pronunciation, don't come for me.
Don't worry about it.
But I would do that only because I know that we tend to hold, like, our posture is very important. How we lay, how we sit, how we walk, just how we bend. Everything is so important, and we know that.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we're slouching for so long, we're sitting in that seat for so long, we can kind of hold any type of energy here from our back to our hips. So
go ahead.
Okay. So that will probably be something that I do as well, is just scratch therapy to try to get that energy that's stagnant to move through.
Okay. I just want to make sure I was I didn't want to miss all this. Now we're going to talk a little bit about self-worth. Women today,
yes,
sometimes don't have that self-worth within them. They in bad relationships, or it doesn't necessarily have to be bad relationships. It could be a co-worker or
Trauma.
any of those scenarios that you want to come up with can bring you down.
Yeah.
Tell the people, the young ladies or young men,
Right.
it don't
Clock
necessarily
it down. You missed me. Hear me too.
necessarily don't have to be women. It
Right.
can be men also. Tell a little bit about how you came from low self-esteem, low self-worth to now.
So let me first by saying that because you're wearing all that makeup and all the wigs, and not saying it's not, it's so beautiful. But let me tell you something, that cannot hide what you truly feel. It's not going to hide for long. Everything comes to the light eventually. Let me just say that first. So I had an issue with being alone.
Yeah.
I had an issue with knowing my worth when I'm alone.
Okay.
I had an issue with loving myself if nobody else around me confirmed that I was okay to love myself.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what kind of really started was in 2000, I'll say like 18, 19, through those years, I had a real big pivotal moment where a lot of things kept happening back to back to back to back.
Okay.
Nobody knows this, but I went to jail like twice. I had to stay there for, I say altogether, probably 10 to 11 days.
Okay.
But they were separate times. So again, these things was happening back to back to back. I was going through a transition of finding out who am I without the people? Who am I without the makeup? Who am I if I don't succeed in this situation? Can I still know and love who I am truly?
True that.
So when all that was going on, I'm questioning, I'm changing. Relationships started fading away. You know, friends, you start losing friends. You start even losing some quite family members because people are not seeing what you're seeing. You get what I'm saying? So because all that was happening, I was like, God, I want to love myself. I want to know how to love myself regardless. Even when I don't see it, I don't feel it, or I don't know it, and I probably don't even want to do it at times. Please always help me and remind me to love myself regardless. Because nobody is going to love you like you love yourself. I don't care who it is. It can be your spouse, your child, your cousin, the dog. It does not matter. Nobody is going to love you like you need to love you, because nobody's in your body 24/7 like you is. So when that was happening, I started getting more into books. Let me say this, self-development books. I started getting more into self-development books and things that just teaches me about what you think is what you become.
Yes.
You know, and that's when I started realizing, okay, as a man thinks, so shall he be. If I believe and keep thinking, I'm not gonna get that, it's not gonna happen, oh I gotta, then that's going to happen. Because you keep thinking it. Whatever you put out in the universe, it will come back. Whatever you send to the Most High, He's going to send it back to you. He's co-creating with you. He, Allah, God, the Most High, however we kind of connect with that power, that Most High power. They're always co-creating. So it's not 1 minute, like right now, co-creating. It's not 1 minute that we're not co-creating with God.
Yeah.
Every single minute we're here. So every thought counts. That little thought, should I get a burger, or should I get mac and cheese, or should I get a salad? Literally those thoughts.
We fight with food all the time.
It's constantly creating your reality and molding and shaping and what actions you're going to bring out. And so if you keep thinking that thought and you keep acting on that same thought, what do you think that reality is going to be?
Yeah. True that.
So when people say, why me? You know?
Yeah.
It's not you're doing this on yourself. God did not just come out the blue and be like, give it to him. No, you was literally asking for it. That's the thing. You may not, you didn't say it verbally, but you said it mentally, and that still counts. So when you telling God, like, in your head, I ain't gonna get that apartment, I'm not gonna get that car, I'm not gonna get this because I ain't got that. God said, okay, well, that's what you think. I'm gonna give it to you. And we have the question to be like, how is this trying to help me instead of why me? Instead of why me, how is this helping me? These sufferings are here to bring you awareness. It's not here to break you down. It's here to build you up. You need some character development. And to see that, you have to probably go through those lessons, and that's okay. That's nothing but wisdom for you. It's not something to tear you down. It's something to build you up and make you strong, because God knows your potential, and you sleeping on it. So when I was just going through that, I was like, yeah, I kind of like this. I like the fact that I know
so
myself.
much wisdom. So much wisdom.
I like this. And it's crazy because you don't know how much wisdom you have until you tap into it, until you learn those lessons, until you grow through it. Grow. Y'all heard that? Grow through it. Don't sit in your turmoil and keep dwelling on the past, because you're gonna continue to that cycle. You go, it's gonna repeat because you're sitting in it. Instead, rise up. It's not gonna be easy. Nothing happens overnight. No, you gotta it's a spiritual work is the constantly day-to-day action. You're literally
repeated.
Spiritual work is a day-to-day action. You're saving your soul every day, every second. You're not just waiting till we leave this earth and be like, where do I? No, you need to do it every day. You need to literally wake up every day and tell yourself how I'm going to save my soul today. And when I mean save your soul, I'm not talking about, because we're not there yet. We still in the living. When I mean saving your soul, I mean some people are sleepwalking. Meaning they're living the mundane life. They forgot about their purpose. They forgot about their dreams. They have left their creativity, and they're just settling for what society says what you're supposed to be doing. And a lot of people are sleepwalking. So that's what I mean, save your soul. Get up and say, hey, why am I not excited to get up out this bed and see this sun? This is a blessing. Not everybody can move and do like I can. Not comparing, but I'm just being honest. So why am I waking up with just 10%? You have to question those things so that you can get within yourself and see how can you transmute, how can you turn bullshit into gold. That's it.
Yes.
And with the women today, I feel like what's happening is we're getting too caught up in what the men want us to be instead of what we want to be for ourselves and those men. We are the power. We are the prize. Men cannot be here without a woman. Women give birth. We are that spiritual and physical portal in one. So why are we giving the whole 100% to a man when he's not even in a woman's body? He don't understand.
No.
So I think what happened with us is that we get so caught up in, first of all, the music, the hip hop music. We need to go back into the days. At least the women back then in hip hop music was saying, get your money. We ain't doing all that. Get your money. Tell them pay them bills. You feel me? But now it's more of hoochie coochie. It's more like, you know, and I love. Don't get me wrong. I will laugh at the music, but you have to be very, very aware of who you are if you're going to listen to that music, so that you're not unconsciously turning your life into that song. That's it. If we start as women, if we start telling what we want and how we're going to move regardless, the man has no other choice but to follow. Not saying that he followed me, but what I'm saying is you set the standard, you set the tone, and he's going to follow that tone regardless. And if he don't follow, then what? He can go to the next. That's it. But because our standards as a women as a whole, I'm not saying one person, but as a whole, our standards are low. We accept the bare minimum because we want to live out that society fantasy life. That's it.
And that's what it is, just a fantasy.
That's it.
You have to make it real.
That's it. But what is your fantasy though? I know their fantasy, but what's your fantasy? Your fantasy could be quite different. You may not want that same fantasy. Like my fantasy is I want land. I ain't having no kids till you give me land. None. Give me some land. House. Pigs. Farm. Chickens. I need it. I'm not trying to be going to work while I'm That's my fantasy. So I'm going to hold my standards to that. Meaning that I'm not going to go out here and lay with John and lay with Doe and knowing that, especially I'm not going to do that. And especially knowing that my standards and my fantasy are what I want. We just forgot our own fantasy. And we have taken somebody else's fantasy to our own, to where we want to live out somebody else's fantasy and it's not even ours. A lot of people let a lot of other people steer
their life.
They don't even know where they're going. They just in the passenger side.
Yeah.
They in the passenger side of their own life. And that's how a lot of us do. How you are in the passenger side of your own life.
True.
And when you realize that you don't want to do nothing else but love yourself. You don't want to do nothing else but love yourself. Because you see that, dang, I was giving out so much love because I want that love back. But still, ain't nobody gave me that love that I know what I deserve and what I want back. Why? Because nobody's going to love you like you love
yourself.
I
you have
don't
to
care
love yourself first.
That's it.
Before you even go out that door and try to think someone else going to love you.
Self-love is the best love. And the only reason why I say that is because we depend, and that's why a lot of relationships get messed up. Because I'm depending on that person to fill a void that I'm not even trying to fill myself.
True that.
So I put so much weight on him or her. Why you ain't rubbing my back? Well, go do some yoga. He probably tired. Johnny probably tired. He done worked all damn day.
Yes.
Or he like, why you ain't fix my meal? God damn, she just took care of them